What if the most important signs that you're aging well are not the ones most people look for? Not the number on the scale. Not whether you have a few aches in the morning. Not even whether you take a prescription or two. I've met people in their 70s and 80s with a drawer full of medications who were still aging remarkably well, and I've met others with good numbers on paper who were quietly losing strength, balance, confidence, and independence. The truth is, aging better than most does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it shows up in the quiet things you can still do, the way your body still responds, and the way your mind still carries you through the day. I'm Dr. Thomas Reynolds, and if you're over 70, I want you to hear this clearly. Aging is not just about what is declining. It's also about what is still working in your favor. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 signs that often mean you're aging better than most people your age. Some of these signs are obvious once you hear them. Others are surprisingly easy to miss. And by the time we get to the final few, you may realize that you're doing better than you thought. Because that matters. So many older adults spend years looking for bad news. They watch for the pain, the stiffness, the lab result, the diagnosis, the slowdown. But healthy aging is not the absence of every problem. It's the presence of resilience. It's the body's ability to recover, adapt, compensate, and keep you moving through daily life with dignity and control. And as we go through these 7 signs, I want you to listen not with fear, but with attention. You may recognize strengths you've overlooked. You may also find a few simple habits that can help protect those strengths for years to come. If you'd like, leave a comment with your age and where you're watching from. I always find it encouraging to see how many people over 70 are still committed to learning, improving, and protecting their future. Let's begin with sign number 7, because it may seem small, but it tells us something powerful. If you recover reasonably well after a bad night, you may be aging better than most. Now, I don't mean you feel 25 after sleeping only 4 hours. That's not the point. After 70, sleep often becomes lighter. People wake up to use the bathroom. They wake earlier than they used to. They may have joint discomfort, vivid dreams, or simply more fragile sleep architecture. That's common. But here's the difference. In many adults who are aging well, the body still has a good reserve. It can absorb a disruption and regain balance. Think of it like a rechargeable battery. A younger battery charges faster, yes, but a healthy older battery still holds enough power to get through the day. If one poor night leaves you a little tired but not completely wiped out, if you can still think reasonably clearly, move safely, and function without feeling destroyed, that often suggests your nervous system, hormone response, circulation, and energy regulation are still relatively resilient. What many people misunderstand is this. Aging well does not mean you never have an off day. It means your body can still bounce back from one. This matters because resilience is one of the clearest signs of healthy aging. It suggests your stress systems are not constantly overreacting. Your brain is still regulating wakefulness fairly well. Your muscles and metabolism are still giving you enough fuel, and your recovery systems are still online. A practical way to support this is not to chase perfect sleep, but to protect consistent sleep habits. Get morning light. Keep caffeine earlier in the day. Try to maintain a regular bedtime. And if you snore loudly, wake gasping, or are exhausted despite a full night in bed, talk to your doctor about a sleep evaluation. Poor sleep after 70 is common, but some causes are treatable. And that leads us to sign number 6. Which often says even more about long-term independence. If you can get up from a chair without using your hands every single time, or at least most of the time, you may be aging better than most. This sounds almost too simple, but clinically, it is a big deal. Standing up from a chair is not just a leg movement. It is a full-body coordination test. Your brain has to judge position. Your core has to stabilize. Your hips and thighs have to generate force. Your ankles help balance the shift forward, and your heart and circulation have to support that effort without making you dizzy or weak. That one movement tells us a lot. Many older adults assume difficulty standing is just about bad knees. Sometimes it is, but often it's also about muscle loss. After 70, the body naturally loses muscle mass and power, especially if you become more sedentary. This process is called sarcopenia, which simply means age-related muscle loss. And muscle is not just for appearance. It is the scaffolding that keeps you upright. It is your shock absorber, your braking system, your reserve tank. If you can still rise from a chair with control, that suggests you've preserved meaningful lower body strength. And lower body strength is strongly connected with balance, walking speed, fall prevention, stair climbing, and the ability to live independently. If you struggle with this movement, don't be discouraged. Practice matters. Repeated chair stands, gentle squats to a safe surface, and leg strengthening work with guidance can help many older adults improve. What matters is consistency, not intensity. A few minutes, several times a week, may help more than one hard session followed by 10 days of doing nothing. And once the legs stay stronger, something else often stays stronger too: confidence. That brings us to sign number 5. If you still walk at a steady pace and don't feel like every outing is a major physical event, you may be aging better than most. Walking speed is one of those quiet markers doctors pay attention to because it reflects so many systems at once. It reflects brain processing, muscle coordination, joint comfort, heart function, lung capacity, balance, reaction time, and energy production. In plain English, walking is a full system report card. A lot of people think walking slowly is inevitable with age. Some slowing is common, yes, but dramatic slowing is often a signal, not just a birthday. When walking becomes hesitant, shuffling, or exhausting, it can point to deconditioning, pain, poor circulation, medication side effects, fear of falling, neurological changes, or cardiovascular limitations. So if you can still walk through a grocery store, down a sidewalk, around your home, or into a medical appointment without feeling unstable or completely drained, that matters. It may mean your heart is still delivering oxygen efficiently enough, your nerves are still communicating well, and your muscles are still responding with decent timing and control. Here's the image I often use. Walking is like an orchestra. Your brain is the conductor. Your heart and lungs are the power section. Your muscles are the instruments. Your joints are the hinges. And your inner ear helps keep the whole performance from falling apart. If you're still walking steadily, it means the orchestra is still playing together. Now, if you want to protect this sign, do not wait until walking gets hard to start respecting it. Walk regularly. Even short walks count. Practice turning, stepping over thresholds, and changing surfaces if it's safe. Wear shoes with good support. And if you've become more fearful after a stumble, bring that up. Fear of falling can quietly shrink a lifelong before a fall ever happens. And the next sign may surprise you, because it has less to do with muscles and more to do with the brain. If you can still adapt when plans change, you may be aging better than most. This one is deeply important. Aging well is not only physical, it is cognitive and emotional. One of the earliest ways decline can show up is not always memory loss in the dramatic sense people imagine. Sometimes it's reduced flexibility. A change in schedule feels overwhelming. A small setback ruins the day. A new instruction feels impossible to follow. The brain becomes less able to shift gears. So if you can still adjust when the day doesn't go exactly as planned, if you can problem solve, laugh things off occasionally, or regroup after frustration, that often suggests healthier function in the brain's executive systems. Those are the systems that help with planning, judgment, self-control, and adaptation. People often misunderstand healthy cognition. They think it means remembering every name, every date, every detail instantly. But that's not the real standard. Many mentally healthy older adults occasionally forget a word, misplace their glasses, or walk into a room and pause. That can happen. The more meaningful question is, can you recover, organize, and keep functioning? The brain after 70 is like a road network. Some roads may be slower than before, but if traffic can still reroute and reach the destination, the system is functioning well. That is resilience of the mind. To support this, keep using your brain in real ways. Read, talk, learn, cook from memory, handle simple planning tasks. Stay socially engaged. Passive entertainment has its place, but the brain thrives on participation, not just consumption. And if you are noticing serious confusion, sudden memory changes, dangerous mistakes with medication, or getting lost in familiar places, that deserves medical evaluation. Common does not mean something should be ignored. Now we're moving into the top 3. And this next one is one of my favorites because it touches quality of life so directly. If you still have a genuine appetite for daily life, not just food, but life itself, you may be aging better than most. I mean this in a practical, grounded way. You still care about getting dressed. You still notice the weather. You still want to talk to someone, water a plant, make a phone call, step outside, fold laundry, play with a grandchild, prepare a meal, or watch the birds. That desire to engage is not trivial. It is a major sign. After 70, loss of interest in daily life can happen for many reasons. Depression, chronic inflammation, pain, loneliness, sleep problems, medication burden, early cognitive decline, hormonal shifts, poor nutrition, or underlying illness. So when a person still has a spark of initiative, it often tells me many systems are working together better than average. Your brain chemistry matters here. Motivation depends on healthy signaling. Energy depends on metabolic stability. Interest depends partly on mood and partly on cognition. Social engagement depends on hearing, mobility, confidence, and emotional resilience. So when you still feel connected to life, even in simple ways, it often reflects a broader pattern of healthier aging. Now, this does not mean you have to be cheerful every minute. That would be unrealistic. Grief, fatigue, and discouragement are real. But if there is still some forward pull in you, some interest, some desire to participate, that is worth honoring and protecting. If this is you, don't dismiss it. Feed it. Keep a loose routine. Get dressed even on quiet days. Stay in contact with someone. Give yourself small reasons to move, think, and care. These little acts are not small at all. They are signals that the engine is still turning over. And if this video is encouraging you so far, take a moment to like it and subscribe. Not because healthy aging needs hype, but because more older adults deserve practical, hopeful information that respects their intelligence and their real-life concerns. Now let's go to sign number 2. If you heal, recover, or regain function after setbacks better than expected, you may be aging better than most. This is one of the clearest signs of real biological strength. A setback could be a mild illness, a strained back, a dental procedure, a period of stress, a few inactive weeks, or even a short hospital stay. In some adults over 70, one setback becomes a turning point downward. Strength disappears fast. Appetite drops. Walking confidence collapses. The system never quite comes back online. But in others, there is recovery. Not instant, not perfect, but real. Why does this matter? Because recovery depends on reserve. Reserve is the body's backup capacity. It's what helps you withstand strain and rebuild after it. It involves muscle mass, protein stores, circulation, immune response, kidney function, brain adaptability, and emotional resilience. In plain language, it is the body's repair crew. When that repair crew still shows up and does its job, even a little more slowly than it once did, that is a beautiful sign. Many people underestimate this. They focus only on what went wrong. But I pay close attention to what happens after something goes wrong. Did you gradually get your appetite back? Did you return to walking? Did your sleep recover? Did your thinking clear again? Those are powerful indicators. To protect recovery capacity, 3 things matter more than most people realize: protein, movement, and not staying down too long after a setback. Bed rest has its place, but prolonged inactivity can age the body quickly. Even simple movement, when safe, helps keep the repair systems active. And now we come to sign number 1, the one that ties almost everything together. If you can still do the ordinary tasks of life with a sense of control, you may be aging better than most. This is the big one. Can you manage your bathroom routine safely? Can you prepare something to eat? Can you keep track of your day? Can you move around your home without constant fear? Can you dress yourself, manage basic chores, and handle the little decisions that make up a day? If the answer is yes, even if you do them more slowly than before, you may be aging far better than you realize. Because independence is not one skill. It is the combined result of memory, mobility, vision, strength, coordination, mood, endurance, judgment, and confidence. It is the final expression of many systems working together. People sometimes compare themselves to younger versions of who they were and feel discouraged. But that is not always the right comparison. The better question is, relative to what usually happens after 70, how well are you still functioning in the life that matters to you? If you still have agency in your day, if you are still participating instead of only being carried along, if you can still make choices and act on them, that is not ordinary. That is health. That is capability. That is something to protect fiercely. Now, if you saw yourself in several of these signs today, I want you to let that encourage you. Truly, you may be aging better than most, even if you still have stiffness, take medications, or move more slowly than you used to. Healthy aging is not perfection. It is preserved function. It is resilience. It is adaptability. It is the ability to stay engaged with life and recover when life pushes back. And if you did not see yourself in many of these signs, please do not hear this as a verdict. Hear it as a direction. The body after 70 can still respond. Strength can often improve. Balance can be trained. Sleep can be supported. Mood can be addressed. Nutrition can be corrected. Daily walking can begin again in small amounts. Not everything is reversible, but much more is influenceable than people assume. That is the message I most want to leave with you. Aging better than most is not about pretending you are not getting older. It is about protecting what allows you to remain yourself, your steadiness, your judgment, your mobility, your spark, your recovery, your independence. Those are the real treasures. So tonight, instead of asking only, "What have I lost?" ask a different question. Ask, "What is still working in my favor, and how do I protect it?" That question changes everything. It shifts you from fear to stewardship, from helplessness to action, from decline alone to possibility. I'm Dr. Thomas Reynolds, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 7 signs do you still see in yourself? And which one do you want to strengthen next? If this video gave you hope, subscribe, stay with us, and keep learning. Because small, consistent actions still matter. And the goal is not just to live longer. It's to live with clarity, confidence, dignity, and as much independence as possible for as long as possible.